All right, everybody, welcome to the latest great episode of Heighten Your with Shaun Green. I got Mr. Sam Mitchell here today. He's an incredible host of Autism Rocks and Rolls podcast, breaking the stigma around autism and proving that those with autism are not broken. Sam is here to share powerful insights on neurodiversity, entrepreneurship, and self-improvement. So, Sam, I just want to welcome to the show. I know we connected probably about a month or so back, and just good to see you again. And how everything going in your world?
Well, same here, man. Good to see you again. It's going all right. Definitely got a little bit of something, but I think we both have agreed before we recorded. It's been going around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just praying you get well soon, and everything gets back on the up and up for you, man. So, anything? What's new in what's new in your world, and how's things been going for everything you got going on?
Well, it's been going good. I mean, I guess I can go what I do. What I do is I run a podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls Corporation. It's a it's a podcast about autism and how we cope with daily struggles that you may or may not understand. I'm wearing the logo right now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Beautiful.
Thank you. But through the podcast, it's grown so much. I developed sponsors, a board of 6. I'm also an event planner in Indianapolis, where I'm from. I also do motivational speaking services. I've spoken in Oklahoma, Orlando 3 times, Canada twice, Stuart, Florida, Washington, D.C. I just got done keynote speaking in Daniels, West Virginia a couple months ago.
Oh, man, you're a busy man. You're all over the road. That's good. Really building your personal brand and your company up. I love that.
Thank you,
sir. Okay, so I know you're a businessman. You got your company, and you speaking. So how can business and workplace create a truly inclusive environment for neurodivergent individuals?
We need to be accepting in regards to our quirks. We need to see that our quirks are not a death sentence. It's a part of who we are. I think there's a line for sure where you shouldn't accept something. Example, one of our friends, he runs a company called Employ You, and what would happen is the person with autism, the client, he felt the urge to spit in the air. Okay, we can't do that clearly, but he replaced it with a spray bottle. Is it kind of odd? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is. But again, who cares? It's better than spitting, getting people sick.
Exactly. I mean, I agree with that. Everybody's different. So everybody, no matter what the situation or circumstances, you should be able to accept the person for who they are, and and let a person be who they are, and just accept them for their talents and what they got to bring to the table. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, because everyone does. Seriously, I don't get where the logic comes into that.
Yeah, I mean,
I would get the logic if you're being disrespectful,
mm-hmm.
But because we're a little weird and we do some odd behaviors, I'm not for sure about that. I don't think that's enough for a firing.
No, I don't think so either. It's definitely that's definitely not the right way to handle that situation. I believe that just shows a person's lack of their lack of basically ignorance. They just don't understand that the difference in the person, in this situation. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's sad. I feel like more training for employees. I'm actually going to a conference in Ohio next week, hopefully, fingers crossed if I get better, to speak on why you need to hire us.
Yeah, I mean, it should be an equal opportunity for everybody. No matter what quirks or what differences a person may have, everybody should have the same opportunity as everybody. I feel that way. So what are some of the biggest misconceptions about autism, and how can society work to break these stereotypes?
I think the biggest stereotype is the spectrum itself. People look at autism and don't realize it's a spectrum. People think this, really. And this is part of an autism population. They think we have the mindset of 3-year-olds where we can't go to the bathroom. We can't brush our teeth. The only thing we can literally do is wake up and maybe watch TV like a 2-year-old, and maybe we're playing around with a toy dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. That is some. So society's partially right, but here's where they're wrong. That's not everybody. There's middle of the road who might have the mindset of a 10-year-old or a teenager where they can't live on their own because there'll be a financial disaster, but they can go get a job and still live with their parents. We'll also forget people like me who can actually do stuff and go to college, maybe have a part-time job, but it's just a little socially delayed. I would say realistically, I have the mindset of a 19-year-old or instead of a 22-year-old, maybe even 20.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I see no difference in you. If you didn't express, that difference, I would have never just. I wouldn't just put a label on you, So, and that's the thing. Like, would you say in the spectrum? It's a difference from this end to that end. I mean, everybody is different, so it's different levels of, I guess for a person that has autism versus a person that does have autism, it's different levels of all people. So, definitely people should just, like you said, you should accept the person for who they are and accept their abilities for what they have to bring, instead of, judging or putting labels on someone you don't really truly have the education or understanding of the whole situation.
I agree, man. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Is the problem. It's not fair to put people and say, you're on the spectrum, you can't do anything when you haven't met the person.
Yeah.
You're just someone on a label. Where's the logic? I'm baffled at that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely shows, there with these examples you bring to the table that, that's what you're doing, and you're going around speaking and educating and sharing, the truth of, everything you are dealing with in your life and other people that has autism as well. That's going to help, society in general. People have the awareness of, of the full understanding of the differences, So like with you being a podcaster, I know you've been you have successful podcasts. From your experience, what strategies can help, neurodivergent individuals build confidence in communication and networking?
Well, I think the best thing they can do is just do their best to follow along with the conversation. I say the best they can because that is hard to do. Like one of my struggles to this day. It's hard, man. I mean, I really don't know on that one. The best thing I thought of to do sometimes is just to literally say what's on my mind. And if it makes someone mad, so be it.
Yeah. I mean, be yourself. I mean, everybody else is allowed to be themselves. Why can't you? I mean, that's what everybody in this world is trying to do. They're trying to achieve some greatness or goodness and elevating their life and be themselves. Be yourself. But forget the people that may have a problem with what you may have said or misunderstanding. Just be yourself. Like you said, as long as you're being respectful, why does it matter?
I'm with you. Why does it realistically matter if you're doing what's right?
Yeah, if you're doing what's right, you're doing what's right. You're not bringing harm to nobody, not bringing harm to yourself. It shouldn't really matter. I think a lot of times people put people in these boxes and labels and whatnot, and it's not right.
Yeah, it's so stupid that we get a label and then you think, oh, they're not worthy of anything.
I mean, because I recently found out that about 2 years ago, I found out I had performed ADHD, and I didn't know it. And I just thought the things that I had struggles with were just me being me, but I didn't know that I had an issue. And then once you go talk to the right counselor, get the right understanding what's going on, then you can actually maybe correct and try to figure out a path to, get yourself on a better track, with the right education, the right knowledge. So what role does self-improvement play in the success of neurodivergent entrepreneurs? And what are some key mindset shifts that help?
I think the mindset shift that helps me really is you have to not be a people pleaser. I tried for 15 years to be a people pleaser. Do you know where it led me? And this is a really personal experience, I'll be honest. It led me to but after 15 years of learning that, I had to see I can't be that. I got to be me. And if you're going to boo me out the stage, boo me out the stage. I don't care because there's 2.5 billion people on Earth. And if you don't believe someone's going to find you interesting, you'd be widely mistaken because it's impossible to have 2.5 billion people on Earth and have at least not one person find you interesting.
Yeah, exactly. I recently heard, I was listening to Bob Proctor, and he was talking about one of his old clips. He was talking about one of his associates, a friend of his, that if a person didn't think people didn't think she was special, she didn't want to be around them. So so you have to find the people that's for you. You got to find your pack, people that you connect with. Because everybody, it's people probably don't like me. I'm sure people might not like you, but you got to find out of all the billions of people in the world or millions of people around, you're going to find people that you can connect with that's on your level, on your frequency. And so that's the thing is, like I said, be yourself. You definitely can't people please because you can go your whole life trying to please this person, this or that. And at the end of the day, they don't love you. They don't care about you. And you're doing all this kissing up for nothing. That's not going to get you anywhere, No,
it really doesn't, man. It really does. I had to learn it the hard way, but maybe people who listen to this episode can learn the easier way.
Yeah, man, I'm guilty of that as well. I've been a type of person that go out my way to do all I can for a person, and I've been burned several times. Being a giver, being a person is always looking at a person from the angle of that everybody's good and everybody's got the right right motives behind, what the situation, friendship, relation, whatever. And sometimes, being that type of person, you get hurt. So
yeah, it's unfortunately led me to have skepticisms with people. For example, I met someone in college. I won't say who they are,
mhm.
but I was skeptical of them because I thought they were just a person who manipulates boys or males. Turns out I was right.
Gotcha. And why did you feel that way about them? Was it something you had a feeling in your gut feeling?
I had a gut feeling, and this person looked like the popular jock from school.
I got you.
And I
So
don't judge a person on looks. But I had to make an assumption.
yeah. But honestly, that those gut feelings are normally right. I've known you. It's because I recently learned that that the gut and brain connection. So, like the gut is like the second brain, or really it's the first brain when they say in development, it develops first. So that feeling is usually right. So it's a good thing to trust it.
It really is.
But it's like you said, it's better to trust yourself and know that, I might be, it's probably like the best, the positive thing, but at the same time, you trusting yourself and you believing in how you feel and knowing that I made a better decision for me, and that outcome of that, maybe avoiding that situation or that friendship situation may have been the best outcome for you.
It probably was, or I would have had a broken heart 2 months later.
Yeah, exactly. So how can educators and parents best support autistic individuals in developing independence and self-advocacy skills?
When it comes to educators, I think the best way is to encourage those with autism to socialize, because some of the spectrum do not like to socialize, or they're afraid to socialize because of people. Now, there's a myth out there that those on the spectrum don't like to socialize. A lot of people say, oh, that's not true. It's partially true because some don't, because people dealing with people takes energy, or another population doesn't know how to because they're afraid of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time at the wrong place. That's the majority of autism. And I think the teacher's job to push in and say, hey, it's going to be okay. I'm right behind you. If something goes wrong, I'll save you from the catastrophe.
Yeah. So do you think that educators, are they trained to handle neurodivergent individuals?
For some of the behaviors, yes. For some of the behaviors, no. Meltdowns, probably, sure.
Yeah.
Socializing, no.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you say because of I guess the difference, like the spectrum. Some people are more social and some are not. So what do you feel like? Do you feel like you're more on the social side?
I'll socialize with you, but
Mhm.
once my people limit reaches its limit, I'm done.
Okay. When you said a limit, you mean it's like just like the amount of time around people, or just like the amount of people, like it's like a certain limit of people you want around in your circle?
It's both.
Okay. I mean, I feel like everybody's like that. I'm like that myself. I get joy just kicking back, watching a movie. I don't gotta be around a lot of people, and then sometimes, like you said, it takes a lot of energy. So sometimes enough is enough. It's good to see people hang on things. So I definitely can
Yeah. I'll still hang with people, but at the end of the day, I'm
agree
going
with
to
you on that.
whether you want to join me or not, that's up
So
to
what are say that one more time, that part?
I just said I'll hang with people. I'm going to do my own thing. Whether you want to join me or not, well, that's up to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I definitely agree. Because sometimes, what you into or what you might be, that might be their thing. But hey, I don't need a big crowd around to have a good time. So I definitely feel you on that. So what are some practical steps for neurodivergent individuals to turn their passions into successful businesses and creative projects?
Get the initiative, have the dream, and really go for it. The only person that's stopping you is you and your get over those fears.
Yeah.
My hobby turned to a nonprofit that's led me to many opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, so I never did, how long, how many years back did you start your nonprofit?
It started in 2020 when the COVID was going around. The podcast started in 2019. I was still in school, but the nonprofit was in 2020 when the pandemic was kind of hitting. So it was kind of limited to what we did, but we were still able to do some opportunities down the road.
Okay. And so what's your vision or goal for your nonprofit and your organization? What do you see it in 5 years, 10 years?
I definitely want it to grow and just help more people and maybe make it even bigger than myself. It's already bigger than myself, but even more bigger.
Mm-hmm.
where we're just as known as Goodwill.
That's a beautiful dream, man. I pray that all comes to fruition for you, and yeah, I just see bigger and greater things for you, man. You know, you're in school now, and are you planning on doing like masters, or what's your plan for school?
No, I'm done with school after this, man. I can't do any more schooling after this. I'm getting an associate's degree and going into radio.
Okay, so you plan on? Are you going to do the podcasting full time and expand that?
Podcast is going to be part time, but I wish it could be full time. But I just don't have enough money to make it a full time job. But hopefully, it can be down the road.
Okay. But even with having the radio, I'm not sure what direction you go with the radio, but that's gonna be a help to it, to build that as well. I see.
Oh yeah.
So where can people follow and reach you on social platforms?
I'm not a hard guy to find. You can find me on autismrocksandrolls.com. But if you also Google me in a search engine optimization, something will pop up.
All right, I got you, man. I really, man, it's been a really great having you on the show, and I really appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule and to come on the show and bless our audience with your knowledge and wisdom.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'd love to connect with you in the future on your projects, and maybe I'll come on your show, or you can come back again for part 2.
If you ever want me back, give me a holler. I'm not a hard guy to find.
Yes, sir. Man, it's been good, man, and God bless you. I pray you get feeling to 100%, and I just know greater and bigger things gonna happen for you and Autism Rocks and Rolls, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing you flourish and grow.
Thank you, dude.